Hey guys, this is a 2008 Ford Focus SE with the 2-liter as they all do. But anyway, wanted to make a quick video on motor mounts and how to replace them. I bought a kit of 3 from Amazon, but I think the same one's available on Rock Auto. And from what I've seen online too, I think the best thing is to replace all 3 motor mounts at once. And so the first one to look at is here, and I think this is the one causing the most of my problems. It's pretty much dry rot. You might be able to see in there. And then there's another one under the battery tray, and then there's one under the car that I'll show later. That's I think the transmission torque mount. So anyway, we'll dive into here and see if we can make sense of it. Pretty sure I've read up enough that it won't take very long, and I think even some of the motor mounts on this have been replaced before, so hopefully it won't be too difficult to get to. And I don't know if they were poor quality mounts or what, but anyway, we'll give it a go. Alright, well, before I get started here, I will start the car and I will show you how bad the vibration is. I think it's most useful, to see and compare what it sounds like anyway. Some people online did this too and helped me troubleshoot. Okay, one sec. So at idle it's not terrible, but definitely when you're accelerating from low RPM or at a stoplight, it's pretty bad. And then again, it's not very bad when you get up to like an interstate speed cruising. It's not bad, and you can even hear a lot of the plastic shakes, everything like that. So it's annoying, as most of you are here for the same reason. So anyway, I think this guy's my culprit, but let's find out. Okay, so step one, I think I'm going to opt to lift the car on jack stands to get under there a little easier, and then I'm going to put the jack under the engine and transmission to kind of hold that up in place. When I disconnect an engine mount, I can replace it quickly and make sure like it doesn't sag or droop or anything and make it hard to reconnect. So I think that's what I'm going to opt to do. I'm going to put 2 jack stands under the subframe and then go from there. Okay, one more shot below the car. See, I have the jack right underneath the oil pan. Put just a little bit of pressure on there. You can feel it take some of the slack off the engine mounts. Now to disassemble the engine mounts. Okay, so on this side we have coolant reservoir. I don't know if this is on all models, but anyway, we have coolant reservoir which goes right above this guy here, one of your 3 chassis mounts for the engine mount. These are 10mm. I'll just pop them off here with my weapon of choice, and I will get back in when I take the coolant tank out. Okay, coolant reservoir is free and clear. So I will just lift it off this engine mount. I'll pull up a light, maybe show you better, but these 2 here, I'm going to put the bolts back in so I don't lose them, for one. And also when you tighten this back on, make sure not to tighten it too much. Of course it's plastic and could easily be broken, so just be careful about it. Okay, now the 3 on the base here are 16mm. If I can get my gun on, so I'm just going to take these off with a gun. Coolant tank I just put over there, I did not disconnect it. Yep, you can see this one back here, and this one up here, and then these 2 connected to the engine. Again, I do have the engine supported, and so it'll stay in. Okay, I've got these 19mm off the main part, and then now the engine mount on the block. These are 18mm. I did not have 18mm impact, so I'm going to have to reduce down, but anyway. Alright guys, I got the new engine mount here. Just wanted to show you something funny. In the packaging was a newspaper from Hello K-Town, so if anyone can tell me where that's from, all in foreign language, pretty entertaining. Anyway, got the engine mount here. It really doesn't feel that much different than the one that was in there, so maybe the other one wasn't failed. I threw it somewhere. Over here. I don't know, it's pretty beat, pretty greasy. The dust cap, I guess, is what is on top, is totally destroyed, so I don't know. Hopefully this helps, but anyway, I'm replacing this one. It's really easy to get to, so I will pop it back in place in reverse order of what I took it out. and move on to the next. Also note here, if you are in need of a serpentine belt replacement, now is the time. I think you have the best access you'll ever get when you take the engine mount off. So this one's actually in really good shape, surprisingly, but or if you had a squeak or whatever, I would definitely encourage running over to the auto parts store and replacing this. So just something to think about. Okay, so what I've done now, disconnected the battery here, and there's basically this one wraps around from your negative lead to here. There's a connector, and then here I disconnected this and moved it off to the side. Make sure you obviously don't touch this to your positive battery lead, that will be bad. Anyway, so now I'm going to take this bolt off here and this bolt off here. I think they're both 10s, take them off, get the battery out, and then there's one bolt here that I've been soaking in WD-40. I had to run for church, but that one's been soaking for a couple hours, and then I think there's one under the battery itself, so we'll get this thing out and then expose that. Okay, now we can see a little bit better here. There's one in this pocket here, and then there's one here and one here. This one for me is gone, so whoever worked on this last time, that nut I don't think ever got replaced. But anyway, this one I should have some luck with, and we'll get after that one. Here again, that one was already missing. This one I got too. I think the last thing is this wire here. There's a connector that I'll try not to forget to put back on, but other than that, it looks like I'm pretty well free. So I'm going to push that guy out. There's a connector here, and I'll just push from this side and push it out. And then we should be pretty well free. Okay, so I have now exposed the battery box off. This guy here, so these four on the outside are 15 millimeter, and then the inside I'll have to check, but probably something like 19 or 20. I can use the impact wrench to get these guys out. Hopefully you can see okay, but anyway, supported the engine again with the jack to make sure we are supported for when I lose this support bracket, or sorry, this engine mount. And this one actually does look good, but it's definitely been replaced. But I'll take it out anyway here, and while I got the new parts, I'll use them. So one thing I forgot to mention here is the outside 4 bolts are 35 foot-pounds, like the 15 millimeter ones on the other side. And the center one I think is 95. I'm of course not a licensed mechanic, I'm a shade tree. But, consult the Haynes manual or whatever you have. But I believe that's what I've read online, and that's what I'm going to go with. Alright, so one thing I do recommend here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put anti-seize on these bolts here in the bottom of this tray. I will say also, I did put red Loctite on the main stud here, the 21 millimeter stud that connects to the engine. So I did hook that one up. Now I'm gonna, there's a anti-seize on here, put these in, reinstall the battery, same, just reverse order of what I kind of walked through on the battery uninstall. We'll do that, and then we'll hop under the car for the final procedure. One thing that can happen on these, so please watch out, is hopefully I can get it, but a power steering leak from up above here. This one looks dry as a bone, so I'm thankful that there's nothing going on. But if there was, I would have to replace whatever power steering issue there is. Otherwise, this is just going to fail over and over and rot the rubber out. So, alright, that's what I got going. I will update once it's out and replaced and note anything. This is a 15, and the one underneath is also a 15. And their torque is 35 newton meters. I'm not sure what these back here are, but I'll figure it out as we go. Probably something like 20-25. Alright. Gonna fire it up right now. All 3 engine mounts were replaced. The bottom one was really a big old pain, but here it is. So quiet now. So anyway, worked out good, and this is what we got going. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.